Welcome to this enchanting audiobook adventure, where stories come to life. Join Hedgehog and Puppy Dog on a delightful journey that combines storytelling with vocabulary enhancement exercises. So, sit back, relax, and let your imagination roam as we dive into their world, offering an enjoyable experience for all. Get ready to embark on an adventure that will spark your curiosity and language skills. Okay, let's begin. Hedgehog and Puppy Dog by Ruth Manning-Sanders. Chapter 16. Vocabulary. Hill, a naturally raised area of land. Hare, a fast-running, long-eared mammal. Snap, to make a sudden, sharp sound or movement. Gaze, to look steadily and intently. Accuse, to charge someone with wrongdoing. Grumpy, irritable or easily annoyed. Howl, to utter a long, loud, mournful cry. Sarcastically, in a mocking or scornful manner. Mutter, to speak in a low voice or grumble. Fierce, violently intense or aggressive. Chapter 16. Puppy Dog and Gruff. One fine day Puppy Dog set off to see his father, the big dog Gruff. No name could have suited him better, for he was a most cross-tempered old thing. Father Gruff. Old and tough. And fierce enough. Though he don't take snuff. Puppy said to himself as he walked along. What other rhymes are there to gruff? Buff, cuff, rough. Ah, that's the word. He's very, very rough. Puppy Dog was rather afraid of Gruff, but certainly he must keep his end up. What could he do? What could he say? Ah, he had it. He had some way to go. A little way down the hill, and then up to the top of the next hill, and there he found Father Gruff. Good morning, Father, said Puppy Dog. Good morning, Puppy Dog, said Gruff. But he didn't look at Puppy Dog. He was gazing down into the valley. Do you know, Father Gruff, said Puppy Dog, as I came across the hill, I had such an adventure. I met a hare, and, would you believe it? That hare was as big as an elephant. But I wasn't a bit afraid. I just snapped at its heels, and the monstrous hare ran off. A hare as big as an elephant, nonsense, said Gruff. Well, Father, said Puppy Dog, if it wasn't quite as big as an elephant, it was as big as a buffalo. Nonsense, said Gruff again. Well, Father, perhaps not as big as a buffalo, but certainly as big as a polar bear. Said Gruff sarcastically. As big as a polar bear, that is very big. Well, perhaps not quite as big as that, said Puppy Dog, but at least as big as a sheep. A hare as big as a sheep, said Gruff. Did you happen to lie down and dream on your way here? No, I was wide awake. And I tell you, Father, the hare was at least as big as a lamb. Puppy Dog, a hare as big as a lamb? That would indeed be something to see. Well, Father, if not quite as big as a lamb, it was at least as big as a cat. Said Gruff, that is possible. But it would depend on the size of the cat. Well, Father, it was at least as big as a rabbit. Splendid, Puppy Dog. I believe you. But all the same, one has seen smaller hares than that. Well, Father, it was at least as big as a rat. A hare the size of a rat? That would indeed be something worth seeing. I tell you, Father, it was at least as big as a fly. And I tell you, Puppy Dog, that you are lying. You haven't seen anything at all. You get along home, and before you come to see me again you must learn to tell the truth. Puppy Dog ran off. Grumpy old thing, he muttered. Just fancy, accusing me of telling lies. Puppy Dog felt miserable. He sat down and howled. Along came Hedgehog. Why, Puppy Dog, what on earth is the matter? Father Gruff accused me of telling lies. And did you tell lies? Said Hedgehog. Well, I had to say something, so I made a bit of a story, and he didn't believe me. Hedgehog laughed. Cheer up, Puppy Dog. Of course, you only meant to please him, but I think you would have pleased him better if you'd stuck to the truth. Read the sentences below and find the correct answer. 1. James would always, blank, his sister of taking his toys without asking. 2. The lonely wolf began to, blank, at the moon, creating a haunting sound. 3. Helen responded, blank, when Jim asked why she hadn't finished her homework. 4. After a long, tiring day, Sam was feeling rather, blank, and didn't want to talk to anyone. 5. The swift, blank, darted through the meadow, its white tail bobbing as it ran. Chapter 17. Vocabulary. Tree stump. The remaining base of a tree after it has been cut down. Moor. An expanse of open, uncultivated upland. Gloomy. Dark or poorly lit, causing a feeling of sadness or depression. Overjoyed. Extremely pleased or delighted. Eager. Having a strong desire or enthusiasm for something. Slap. To hit someone or something with the palm of one's hand. Joyfully. In a joyful or happy manner. Rotten. In a state of decomposition. Decayed. Ramble. To move about aimlessly, especially over a wide area or to walk for pleasure in the countryside. Solitary. Done or existing alone. Single. Chapter 17. The Squirrel, the Mitten and the Needle. The next day Hedgehog met Puppy Dog. He still needed cheering up. So, she told him this story. A squirrel, a mitten and a needle lived in good friendship together. One morning they were feeling dull, and they decided to walk into the forest. Said and done. They set out. The squirrel and the mitten walked together side by side and the needle hopped along behind them. They walked for a long time, without having seen anything interesting. The three walkers were feeling quite gloomy about it. Then the needle found a pool of water with a cooking pot lying beside it. Joyfully she called to the others. "Hi my squirrel, hi. Mitten, come this way. I, the needle, have found something. Quick, come and see." The squirrel and the mitten came running to see the find, but when they saw what it was, they said, "Is this all?" "Yes, this is all," said the needle. "Isn't it enough? You silly thing, calling us for a pool of water and an old cooking pot," the others scolded, and they went sulkily home. The needle went home with them. The next day they went out in the forest again, the squirrel and the mitten walking side by side and the needle hopping along behind them. They walked for a long time. Then the needle found a rotten tree stump and called to the other two. "Hi, my squirrel, hi. Mitten, come this way. I, the needle, have found something. Quick, come and see." The squirrel and the mitten came running in the hope of seeing something good this time. But the sight of the rotten tree stump vexed them so much that they felt like slapping the needle. However, at last the three of them made peace, and they all went home together, the squirrel and the mitten walking side by side and the needle hopping along behind them. They slept through the night, and as the morning dawned, they discussed whether they should go once more into the forest, since they hadn't found anything last time. But they soon agreed to go, and off they went, the squirrel and the mitten side by side and the needle hopping along behind them. The squirrel and the mitten found nothing at all, but the needle in her solitary rambling came to a wide moor. There she looked all round sharply in a circle with her one eye, and sure enough, she saw a plum pudding in a basin. Overjoyed she called to the two others. "Hi, my squirrel, hi. Mitten, come this way. I, the needle, have found something. Quick, come and see." The squirrel and the mitten heard the needle calling, but they thought it was only some nonsense. They said to each other, "If we could only hope that the needle has really found something good, we would go there, but who knows whether she is not fooling again." But all the same they ran to find out what it was, and they saw the plum pudding. They didn't know what to do for joy and amazement. Then the needle said, "I found the food, now the cooking is your business." The squirrel and the mitten agreed, and they went eagerly to work. The squirrel split up the old rotten tree stump for firewood. The mitten brought water in the cooking pot from the pool. So, The needle's first 2 finds came in useful after all. Soon the plum pudding was boiling in the pot over the fire. They had a delicious supper in the forest. Then they went home. That story has made me feel hungry, said Puppy Dog. Shall we go to Tiger's nut tree? Who knows what we may find on the way? Read the sentences below and find the correct answer. 1. The travelers found themselves in a vast, desolate, blank, with no signs of civilization. 2. The darkened, blank, weather made everyone feel a bit downcast. 3. When Jane heard the good news, she was, blank, with happiness. 4. Nick and Mary were, blank, to explore the mysterious forest on their adventure. 5. We decided to, blank, through the forest, enjoying the scenery and fresh air. In wrapping up our audiobook journey with Hedgehog and Puppy Dog, I hope you've enjoyed the mix of entertainment and learning. Stories like these fuel creativity and offer a chance to improve language skills. Keep exploring the vast world of literature, where each book holds unique discoveries and new words. Language is a powerful tool for countless adventures. Thanks for joining on this journey. I hope you've had a great time expanding your vocabulary. Until our next audiobook adventure, happy reading and listening.